Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm not sure if you can see me, but if you can, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm trying to get used to the camera and where I am versus, like, you get it. But thank you for joining my. This isn't my first live stream. This is my second live stream on this channel. The first live stream was the one that I did with my sister, reviewing my father's he's selling nuts, different types of nuts, pistachios, cashews, reviewing his nut line. He sent me like 10 nuts and we went through all of them. So that's actually my first live stream. But this is my second one, but kind of my first where I will be doing this format, which is mental health, educational slash entertainment pieces. So I'm calling this Mentally Speaking with Dr. JB, and this first live stream is just to introduce myself. Also a way for me to lay some groundwork of like or ground rules about what I expect for this channel and this project in my life. And also I'm gonna try to do in a little bit of time that we have go over some a new way that I'm thinking about New Year's Eve resolutions. So let's get started with me first introducing myself. Like I said, I am Dr. JB. If you on my channel, you'll see that my channel is Jill of All Trades, and that's kind of what I like to think of myself as. I do a bunch of things. My name is actually Claudine Jones-Born, just to get that out there. That's where the JB comes from. But in when we think about Jill of All Trades, I like to do a bunch of different things. Like I don't like to be pigeonholed to anything. And so when I made my channel, when I did all of these different type of endeavors, I don't think any one thing defines me, and I just love to do new things, and this is one of them. But let me get with the doctor part. So the Dr. JB. So just to give you some insight into my credentials, I was raised in Baltimore, and I was blessed to get into this amazing program they started. The first year was my first year of college at Johns Hopkins, the Baltimore Scholars Program. So I'm a graduate of Johns Hopkins University. Johns Hopkins University. Don't forget that S. Graduated there with a degree in biophysics. Then went and did some work at the NIH for a post-bac program. Was elated to come down to the South and had some fun in Nash Vegas, where I got my medical degree at Meharry. And after that, I'm gonna say thank God. I got a residency, one of the best residencies in the United States, if not the world, at Columbia University in psychiatry. I've been practicing psychiatry for at least the last, oof. It's weird to say it like this, like, because I started residency in 2014. So I guess the last 12 years, I think I'm still young. That's still young. Anyway. But the last 12 years, I've been practicing psychiatry. Psychiatry. I think to most, like, I'm still baby psychiatry. I like to think that I am. No, I'm not. I'm a big dog. But anyway, so I've been practicing psychiatry for the last 12 years. I worked in oh, let me not forget something. After I finished my residency at Columbia, I did another fellowship in public psychiatry at New York State Psychiatric Institute. And then after that, I've worked in the emergency department for a couple of years, telehealth. So this whole like computer thing, this is what you see is what my patients see. This is their view all day, every day. But before, I was doing telehealth all over the country with Access Telecare. It used to be called SOC. I had about 20 state licenses. I've retained about, let's say, 8 of them. And it was a great experience. It burnt me out, but it was wonderful. I've worked in community clinics. I've also and now I'm working for myself, private practice, where I see my own patients. Also supervise nurse practitioners, and I'm gonna start doing some work at the VA. So I'm very excited about that. And then in addition to that, I am going to be doing this channel. So what is this channel? What is going on? What is this project that I'm talking about? Essentially, Mentally Speaking with Dr. JB is going to be my content creation piece of, you know, of, let me see, my work. I think when I was really little, my mom always remind me that I wanted to be a talk show host. Like I would like interview the stuffed animals and my brothers, and they were like mad young, so they wouldn't even say nothing. But I was like, oh yeah, tell me more. So my mom was like, you always want to be a talk show host, and I think to an extent I do want to do something like that. But I feel like I was called that this is what I want to do right now. I want to, instead of just being a talk show host, because of marvels and technology, I can have my own show. So this is my own show. And even though I don't want to be pigeonholed to anything, this will be my mental health show. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm only going to talk about mental health things. And I can't say that I won't slip in a few travel things and other stuff. But for the most part, when I come on live on YouTube, on my Jill of All Trades, we'll be doing some mentally speaking with Dr. JP stuff, which is what we're doing today. So let me show you what I have in mind. I'm using OBS. So essentially, this is what I don't think I've seen anyone else do this. This is what I'm envisioning to do. I am open to feedback, especially since this is my first live stream. I'm hoping that it's looking great and I'm coming through clear. Thank you for the people watching. You give me life and encouragement. But essentially, what I'm thinking about doing is, instead of just talking or just, I like to have a frame. So throughout, we'll call them like, we go units, sessions, what have you, where I'll be going through these lectures. Now, these lectures are ones that I made. This is like a throwback one, and I'll explain what's going on with that before. But this is like a throwback lecture that I did a couple of years ago. But there'll be more lectures that I'll be making about mental health, wellness, that type of thing. This will be our first lecture that we'll go to together. And the way I'm envisioning this is that I'll be going through this lecture. It's made for what we call lay people, so people that aren't medical doctors, psychiatrists, therapists, people that aren't in the field. This is for you. This is actually so that you can have tangible mental health information without, like, with hearing somebody, a real person talk. But I think it's interesting because yes, you can research this online. Yes, you can see what somebody thinks, but I'm going to be kind of on the cuff with it. I just want to apologize in advance. I'm a little disinhibited, you know. Sometimes I throw out some words and some grammar that isn't expected of a psychiatrist, and I think that's what will make this channel exceptional and interesting. So just be prepared for that. But essentially, I'll be going through these lectures. I'll be stopping, and then the cool part about me doing this in a live stream format is that if I am able to see, like right now, I can't, and I'm gonna figure it out for future sessions. I can't see the comments, but let's say once I get that together, I just need to probably put that right there. I'll be able to have a give and take. So you might say like, "Oh, okay. What do you mean about like what do you mean when you say anxiety? What do you mean by that? Like what does anxiety exactly mean to you? Or like what do you think about that symptom?" We can kind of, in addition to me explaining to you like concrete things you could find on ChatGPT or the internet or wherever, I could tell you my take on it. And I think that's going to be what makes this channel different from probably other channels, that there'll be this kind of give and take, this back and forth Q&A. So we'll do Q&As kind of ad hoc through these lectures, but also we'll also be doing them just in general. Like one day if I have enough viewers, I'm like, hey, let's do a Q&A about anything, Q&A about this lecture series that we did. At some point, I'm also thinking about, and I'm sharing my ideas because I do want feedback, and I want this to grow, become something beautiful. At some point, I do want to start a Patreon. I have an idea about it already, where this first series, All Things Mental Health, this will be accessible to everybody. But as we do more lecture series, I likely will just post like 1 or 2 videos from the lecture series. If you're on the live, of course, thank you. You get to see it, but everybody else might have to join the Patreon to see the replays. And I'll also include some shirts, because I'm a hustler and I sell merch. I do a lot of things, and this is one of the things I'm doing, so I'm very excited about it. And I hope I'm not speaking too fast. If I am, please let me know. I do want feedback. Even if I don't see it right now, I will go back and look, and thank you. So another thing that I want to talk about, this just happens to be I think I have this thing. I do have it. Is it working? It's not working, but that's fine. The next slide on this would have been something that said disclaimer. I do want to put a disclaimer that even though I am a psychiatrist, I'm likely not your psychiatrist. And even if I was your psychiatrist, nothing that I say on this channel or any other channel that I have, I can't speak for other people, should replace sound medical advice that you get with your provider. This should not replace medical advice. This is for educational purposes only. Let me not kid myself. I like to think it's also some entertainment in it. But at the end of the day, this is educational purposes only. And more than time, I'm going to be like, more than likely, most of the time, I'm going to say, hey, I think you should kind of, if I see a comment or if I see, I'm talking to someone, I'll say, hey, maybe you should, look into some professional treatment. Another thing, ways that I plan to expand this channel right now, I'm thinking lecture series, Q&As, but at some point I probably want to get guest people on. I know people, did plenty of training with some amazing people, different specialties, different fellowships even in psychiatry. So I'm really excited about probably branching over to that and even doing some having you all come on, telling your story, that type of thing. So this can grow. It's small right now. This is the first one. I think I'm doing pretty good for my first one. I want to toot my own horn, but I'm trying my best. But before I get on and also see my first patient for today, because the struggle is real, I wanted to talk to you about my take on New Year's Eve resolutions and a new take that I'm doing. So I do have my phone. That's one thing you'll find out is that I'm not ashamed of using resources or taking notes. I don't think that's a weakness. But the difference between probably, me looking up and you looking up is I know I'm looking for. And right now, this don't even have anything to do with that. I'm looking for a list of things. I'm looking for a list of my New Year's Eve resolutions so I could share it with you all. So a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, right now is a time of transition. I'm talking to a lot of my patients about what they're doing for New Year's Eve. Not even New Year's Eve resolutions, because it's not New Year's Eve. What are your New Year's resolutions? And I try to tell them, I know what I'm going to ask you sounds like a New Year's Eve resolution or a New Year's resolution, but it's not. Right now, I think because it is the first of the year or the first few weeks of the year, it's been a week since the new year, so this is, to me, timely enough. That we should talk about goals, not only goals for our year, but also goals for treatment. So if you are in treatment right now, or even if you're not, I think it's a good time to think about just goals in general for the year, not necessarily a resolution, but a goal. It's good to set a goal at any point in time, but this is a natural reset time. At the end of the day, first of the year is a natural reset. First month of the year, natural reset. You still got time, even if you fell off the wagon. You're going to see so many reels about how you already gave up on your goals. Do it again. You could do it on a Thursday night on a July afternoon, which doesn't make sense. But you get what I'm saying. Any day is a good day to restart a goal. So you didn't give up. You didn't mess up on a resolution. We're talking about goals here. So if you think of goals, it doesn't matter when you do it. But this is a natural time, a good time to do it. And my new take, in addition to thinking about goals for the year, the different domains of your life, personal goals, financial goals, spiritual goals, health goals. Those are great. I thought about something, and I don't know if you've heard this before, then it's not novel, it's not new, but if you haven't, I am thinking about different types of goals, which are feelings goals. Follow me. What I'm thinking is, instead of having goals of what you're going to do, I'm thinking about switching it and challenging my patients, challenging myself to think about feelings that I want to not only bring into the new year, but continue into the new year. Now, I understand feelings are fluid. Feelings change. Feelings can change depending on what's happening. Feelings can change depending on your hormones, whatever, the weather, what have you. But overall, I want to have a goal of feelings that I want. What I have here is I want these feelings at all times in the background, no matter the circumstances. These are the feelings that I'm bringing into 2026 and hopefully for the rest of my life. Like, these are some good feelings. And I'm going to go over them quickly. So the first one I have is free. I want to feel free. I want freedom. I don't want to be imprisoned by these artificial or even like these jails that we make for ourselves. Like, I can't do this. This can't happen. He won't let me. She won't let me. They won't. Stop it. I want freedom. I want to feel valued. I want to feel appreciated. I want joy. No matter what's going on, I want joy, right? I want to have gratitude. I want to feel grateful. I want to feel loved. I want to feel fulfilled. That's part of why I'm doing this series. Is so it's a part of fulfillment. Like, I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love being on the screen. I like looking at my replays. I want to feel fulfilled. I want peace. I want to feel peaceful, calm. I want to be content that I have enough. That does not mean that I'm not asking for abundance, and I'm not asking for more. I could ask, but in the midst of that, I want to feel content. I want to have stability, mental stability, physical. I want that stability. I want to feel unstoppable. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel competent. I don't want imposter syndrome coming into 2026 or any year. I want to feel like this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing it right now. This is what I'm doing. This is how it's going to be. I'm unstoppable. I could do this. I'm competent. I'm prepared. I want to feel prepared. I want to feel ready. I don't want to ever feel like, what's going on? What am I doing? Overarching, I might have that. I want that overarching sense of like, I can do this. That's what I want. Even though sometimes I might feel a little discouraged. Sometimes I might be like, overarching, I'm feeling ready. I want to feel loving. I want to give love to other people. I want to feel confident. I want to exude confidence. I want to feel worthy. I want to feel energetic. And I want to feel optimistic. And I want to feel positive. So I thank all of you all for watching. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me with this intro. And I hope that you like, subscribe, stay tuned for more lives. Make this part of, something that you do when you see I go live, you're like, oh yeah, I got to see that. I want to see what she's talking about. Or even if you can't do it in real time, check out the replays. Like I said, the replays for the first lecture series will be available. Thereafter, there'll be some type of Patreon service. But either way, I just want to thank you for your support. And let me go see my patients. Have a good day.